530 Dioscorus, Deacon of the Church of Alexandria and the Roman Catholic Church and posthumous antipope 530, dies. Last crowned Anglo-Saxon King of England 1066, dies at the Battle of Hastings aged about 44. In 1090, Aboe Ali Hasan ibn Nizam al-Moelk, writer Sijasetname, assassinated. In 1256 Kujō Yoritsugu, 5th Japanese gun of the Kamakura shogunate of Japan 1244-52, dies at 16. In 1536 Garcilaso de la Vega, Spanish poet and diplomat, dies in Battle B. 1498-1503. In 1552 Oswald Myconius, Swiss Protestant reformer B. 1488. In 1565 Thomas Chaloner, English statesman and poet B. 1521. In 1568 Jacques Arcadelt, Flemish composer. In 1570 Floris of Montmorency, Baron of Montigny, dies straggled on orders of Philip Roman II of Spain during the Spanish Inquisition at 43. In 1610 Amago Yoshihisa, Japanese samurai and warlord B. 1540. In 1619 Samuel Daniel, English poet B. 1562. In 1631 Sophia of Mecklenburg-Güstrow, Queen of Denmark and Norway, dies at 74. In 1637 Gabriello Chibera, Italian poet, dies at 86. In 1660 Francesco Albano, Italian painter Tales of Venus, dies at 72. In 1660 Thomas Harrison, English Puritan soldier B. 1606. In 1669 Antonio Sesti, Italian composer, singer and musician, dies at 46. In 1703 Thomas Hasan Kingo, Danish poet B. 1634. In 1711 Theophilos, Emperor of Ethiopia B. 1708. In 1719 Arnold Houbraken, Dutch painter and writer, dies at 59. In 1746 Van Oisvagel, Dutch statesman and collector coins and medals, dies at 86. In 1758 Francis Edward James Keith, Scottish soldier and Prussian field marshal, dies at 62. In 1771 Franti Ek Franz Xaver Brexy, Czech classical composer and Kapellmeister, dies at 39. In 1790 William Hooper, American attorney and signer of U.S. Declaration of Independence, dies at 48. In 1831 Jean-Louis Pons, French astronomer B. 1761. In 1847 William Michael Rook, composer, dies at 53. In 1857 Ignacy Masley Komorowski, Polish composer, dies of tuberculosis at 33. In 1872 Prince Albert of Prussia, Prussian Colonel General, dies at 63. In 1877 Antoine Aimable Elwart, French composer, dies at 68. In 1880 Victorio, Apache chief murderer, killed by Mexican army. In 1895 Elisha P. Berry, American politician, governor of Washington, 1872-80, 1889-93, dies at 70. In 1900 Albert de Vriend, Flemish historical painter and etcher, dies at 56. In 1900 Sándor Erkel, Hungarian composer and son of Ferenc Erkel, dies at 54. In 1909 Gottfried Mathiesen Hansen, Danish composer, dies at 76. In 1911 John Marshall Harlan, American lawyer and justice of the U.S. Supreme Court 1877-1911, dies at 78. In 1919 Wilhelm von Siemens, German industrial son of Werner, dies. In 1923 George Elbridge Whiting, American composer, dies at 83. In 1923 Marcellus Imants, Dutch writer and poet, refrained from confession, dies at 75. In 1925 Eugen Sandow, German bodybuilder and circus performer, dies at 58. In 1930 Samuel van Houten, Dutch politician and philosopher, child labour laws, dies at 93. In 1943 Jimmy Matthews, Australian cricket spin bowler, 8 tests, 16 wickets, Victoria, only player to take 2 hat-tricks in same test 1912, dies at 59. German World War Roman II Field Marshal North African Campaign, Battle of Normandy known as the Desert Fox, commits suicide by taking a cyanide pill at 52 after being implicated in a plot to assassinate Adolf Hitler. English businessman who founded Aston Martin, dies at 67. 1957 Carl Nathanael Berg, Swedish composer, dies at 78. In 1958 Douglas Mawson, Australian geologist, Antarctic explorer, and educator, dies of a cerebral hemorrhage at 76. In 1960 Abram F. Joff Russian physicist crystal, dies at 79. In 1961 Harriet Shore Weaver, English political activist, and magazine editor The Egoist, dies at 85. In 1961 Paul Ramadier, French politician and lawyer Prime Minister 1947, dies at 73. In 1966 Arkady Jabensky, Russian composer, dies at 75. In 1967 Marcel Aim, French novelist and playwright, dies at 65. In 1969 Annie Herber, American Pro Football Hall of Fame quarterback NFL Seaship 1930, 31, 36, 39. First Team All-Pro 1932, 35, 36. Green Bay Packers, NY Giants, dies at 59. In 1971 Norman Steenrod, American mathematician algebraic topology, dies at 61. In 1972 Joseph Kaminski, Polish violinist and composer, dies at 68. In 1973 Edmund A. Chester, American journalist, broadcaster, and network executive CBS, 1940-52, dies at 76. In 1976 Edith Evans, English actress Tom Jones, Scrooge, Chalk Garden, dies at 88. American singer White Christmas, Peace on Earth Little Drummer Boy and actor Going My Way, dies of a heart attack at 74. In 1980 Oscar Alan N., Argentine jazz and swing guitarist, and singer Roser Madriselver, dies at 71. In 1980 S.N. Banerjee, cricketer won Test for India, dies. In 1981 and Gemma Liljefors, Swedish composer, pianist, pedagogue, and music theorist, dies at 74. In 1983 Paul Fix, American actor rifleman, dies of kidney failure at 82. In 1983 Willard Price, Canadian author and naturalist. In 1984 Martin Ryle, English radio astronomer Royal 1972-82, Nobel Prize for Physics 1974, dies at 66-1. In 1985 Emil Delos, Soviet concert pianist Brussels competition first prize, 1938, dies at 68. In 1986 Keenan Wynn, American actor Dr. Strangelove, absent-minded professor, dies at 70. In 1986 Mary Land, American women first to receive an artificial heart, dies at 40. In 1987 Rodolfo Hafter, Spanish composer and music critic, dies at 86. In 1988 Mary Morris, actress agitator, dies. In 1988 Vic Raskai, American baseball pitcher for MLB All-Star, 6 World Series, AL strikeout leader 1951, NY Yankees, dies of a heart attack at 69. In 1989 Michael Carmine, American actor Batteries Not Included, Leviathan, longtime companion, dies.